Sasha, welcome back to Reading with Toby. Today I am so excited to bring you all a video. I thought I would film something to break up all of my vlogtobers and vlogs that have been going up. So I saw people making this video and I do love making this every single year. It is the end of year book tag, so we can talk about all the books that I need to try to finish before the end of the year. It is November, today's November 12th, so I have what, like a month and a half before the year ends, which is crazy. I did not read as many books so far as I wanted to this year, but residency is incredibly busy. Not surprising at all. But I have read lots of really great books this year, so I'm still happy with that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the tag. Okay, so the very first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? And yes, there is. I still have not completed this book. I do not know why. I truly don't, because I was enjoying it so much. It was my #1 most anticipated book of 2022. The publisher sent it to me because I was so excited. I just feel like it is procrastination, like at its finest. I don't know what this says about me, but the book is, which I'm sure some of you already know, Moon Witch Spider King by Marlon James. How many times have I talked about this book and how close I am to finishing it? Look at this. Look at how close I am. I don't know. I swear it's just, I don't know. Quickly go over it again. This is the sequel to Black Leopard Red Wolf, which is right here, which is my all-time favorite fantasy. It's an African-inspired fantasy. This is the sequel. I was loving it. I don't know why, but yes, this one. It needs to be finished. Next question is, do you have any autumnal books to transition into the end of the year? I do. I have been reading lots of great fall transition books, so let me get some. So some transitional books, one that I read that I think is the perfect fall atmospheric book, and that is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I read this for a 24-hour reading vlog where I read as many horror books as I could. I will link that video down below. And I read this one and I really enjoyed it. This was my first T. Kingfisher. This is a retelling of The Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe, and I really enjoyed this. I love the writing, I love the characters, the atmosphere was perfect, and it is a horror book, but I think it's more it's definitely more subtle and not too intense, and I think that a lot of people would love this book. I know a lot of people have already read it, but I do think this is just the absolute perfect like fall read. And then the other book that I have is one that I'm currently reading that I think is going to be the perfect fall transition book, because that is why I picked it up. It is actually a reread, and that is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I read this book many years ago in college and I absolutely loved it. I say this is my favorite classic. We'll see after I finish rereading it, but I just remember it being so like gothic and also atmospheric and just like tormented souls and like sad girl autumn vibes all going on here. So I think it's going to be the perfect fall read. I'm so excited. I have already started. I actually started today, and yeah, we will see. All right, the next question is there a new release that you're still waiting for? So there are a couple new releases at the end of the year that are coming out. Okay, so the first one has already come out. I think it came out sometime in November, and that is the sequel to The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin, which is also right here. The sequel is called The World We Make, and I am so excited about this. I am going to buy this book very soon, maybe even tomorrow, because I got a coupon for Barnes & Noble. But yes, I'm so excited. I loved The City We Became. It is an urban fantasy and it was just so smart. It was like a love story to New York City. It was so much fun. You're following all these different groups of characters and they embody the different boroughs of New York City, and I just loved it so much. I am so excited for the sequel. The villain in it is so brilliant. It is great. I cannot wait to pick this book up. Another new release that I'm super excited about is called Africa Risen. Okay, so this book actually comes out next week, next Tuesday, and I also plan to buy this book before the end of the year. It is a collection of stories, and it is like all about the Africa diaspora, and I cannot wait. It sounds lovely and I love this cover, and I have not read a lot of science fiction this year, so I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be Great. Okay, question number 4 is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Oh, that is a great question. I actually have no idea. Oh wait, I know one. Okay, one came to my head. For sure I want to read before the end of the year, which is actually another reread. I did not realize how big this book is. I forgot how big this is. Wow. Okay, that is The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo to prepare for the sequel Hellbent. Oh, I cannot wait for that one. I love the cover. I really enjoyed this. I know this has lots of mixed reviews on BookTube, but I thought this was great. I love the characters, a dark academia, set at Yale, ghosts. I mean, I thought it was so much fun. So I am super excited to reread this. I have a feeling I'm gonna like it even more the second time. Yes, I did not realize how chunky this is. Like, look at that cover with the shiny snake. I hope the rabbit on the new cover is like shiny. Look at these end pages. Oh, yes. Oh, it's making me super excited. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be rereading this one. Now, let me think of 2 other books that I really want to get to at the end of the year. I think another book that I would like to get to, it's another chunky one, so I'm not sure, but it is a horror book that I am very excited about. This is Mary, An Awakening of Terror by Nat Cassidy. This was also one on my anticipated releases for this year, and this is following like an older woman who she kind of like blends into the background. Unremarkable, invisible, unknown even to herself, and then she starts to hear voices and maybe embodying a past serial killer. What? I don't know. I'm super excited. I think this is going to be a good one. So there is that. So I was perusing my shelves, and I think there is one more book that I would like to get to before the end of the year, and that is Nightcrawling by Leila Motley. I have recently started reading more contemporary fiction, which I used to read so much of it, but then I got obsessed with my horror genre. And so I've been reading a little bit more contemporary literature, and I forgot how much I absolutely love it so much. And so this one was on my TBR. This was this was long listed for the Booker Prize. This year, she is the youngest author ever to be nominated for a Booker Prize. It sounds amazing. You're following this Black teen in Southern California, and I think there's some run-in with the police, and it sounds like she makes a deal with the police, and it changes her life and like everyone else's lives around her. I've heard so many incredible things. This copy is absolutely gorgeous, and it's a little short book, so I definitely would like to get to this before the end of the year. The next question is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I mean, yes, because I feel like although I've read some really incredible books, I don't think I have a book yet where I'm just like, oh my god, this is my #1 favorite, nothing else is gonna top it, like I've had previous years. So who knows what my absolute favorite book of the year. Maps of Our Spectacular Bodies is definitely a contender. I loved that book. But yeah, I could see Nightcrawling, Mary, Wuthering Heights coming to take that. The Bell Jar was incredible, definitely one of my favorites. There's still plenty of time for a book to become my #1 favorite of the year. Okay, and then there's just one more question. The last question is, have you already started making reading plans for 2022? And I have not. I don't have the brain capacity to try to come up with reading plans for next year. I'm just like so tired with residency right now that I can't like think into the future really. So yes, I am trying to make plans for, I think I'm going to start doing more seasonal TBRs. So I think a video that you'll see from me soon is planning out like a winter TBR, and that will like lead me into 2023. So there's that. But yeah, I don't have any like definite plans. There is one other thing that I would like to do this year though that I can talk about, which is I would love to maybe read the Goodreads horror. So like Goodreads horror nominations. It all depends on when it comes out and then when the winner is announced, how much time is in between those two. I mean, the year is coming to a close and they haven't even done the nominations yet. So I have no idea if that's possible. I may just have to do the video and then it just won't be when the winner's announced. It'll be after the winner's announced, and I've seen people do that and I still watch them. So that is something that I would like to do because I think there's going to be some good horror books on there, and I have some inklings of what's going to be on that list, and I think I own some of them, so I think that could be a fun video. But other than that, absolutely no idea. All right guys, that is it for this video. There weren't that many questions. I will link the original video down below, as well as the questions and anything else that I talked about. Let me know, is there a book that you are super excited to finish the year off with? I would love to know, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.